I never wanted to be an actor because I thought it was a very unstable profession. Of course, there is an advantage. Of course, there's a privilege. Of course, no doubt about that. So in my specific nepotism, it never got me a film. I could not speak Hindi properly. I had never acted in my life. Could not dance to save my life. It's not that I even loved Bollywood, if I have to be honest.
Right.
I just loved acting. 3 dance teachers had given up on me, in the sense sweetly, politely, they'd given up on me. They'd all be like, energy dalo, grace dalo, style dalo. I'd be like, agar dalna aata to main dalti na. It's not like I'm holding back purposefully. Audiences really enjoyed it. Critics were always like,
yeah. We're here at this cute and cozy little cafe Arpan in Juhu. It's not your regular eatery. What makes it unique is it's run by differently able people, giving them an opportunity to be earning members of society. They serve yummy comfort food at an affordable price. And we're here to catch up with a multi-talented young lady. She burst onto the acting scene a couple of years ago. She's a third-generation actor who hasn't taken her genes for granted. She's worked hard on her craft and attended a reputed acting school. No wonder then that her performances have been praised by critics and audiences across the board. Super stoked to have Alaya F on Buzz by the Bay.
Hello. Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Glad you liked it and glad you could make it.
I'm so happy to be here. Excited to hear what you have to ask me.
You have a very tight shooting schedule. I believe after this also you have to
After this I do have to. So how I like to normally keep my shooting days is that if I'm out shooting, I like to fill in as much as I can in one day, rather than spread it out in one thing one day and another thing another day. Really? I'm more of a put it all together and just get it done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very hardworking. I mean, no wonder.
Just different type of time management. Some people like spreading it out. I like just getting it over with.
Great. So packed day. And you're looking wonderful.
Thank you.
Dressed in white.
Thank you.
Do you style yourself?
No. I mean, I have my take on it, so I'll have my opinion that I put in. But otherwise, I have a wonderful team that normally helps me. Today, Menika Harisinghani has styled me. Yeah, so.
You are quite a fashion icon. I've seen your Instagram. And,
Thank you.
Always impeccable in your fashion choices.
Thank you. Sometimes good. Luckily nowadays, even if you go out in like baggy pants and a loose top, people still consider it cool. Do you know what I mean? So now it's quite easy to get away with anything as long as you do it confidently. So just about anything can seem like it's fashionable. So it works out.
So really, it's about the confidence and how you carry yourself, right?
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
Always.
At the end of the day. Okay. So getting on to your latest film, U-Turn.
Yes.
I saw it. It spooked me out a bit. Great performance.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy doing it?
It was actually a very challenging film to shoot. So at the time of shooting, it was really exhausting. I won't lie. It wasn't like, one of those sets where you breeze on and you breeze off. It was very challenging. It was supremely long hours. It was, we were shooting in Chandigarh in peak summer. So it was like, 45 degrees outside. And we were shooting in the hot sun, or we were shooting with so much rain equipment that we were just drenched for like 9 hours at a go. So like stuff like that really then does get very grueling. And we shot for like 45 days non-stop. So it was 45 very intense days. But I think, I'm really happy with how the film turned. I'm really happy with the way people have enjoyed it. With all the memes that have come out around it, it's been a very different experience for me compared to all my other films. So, yeah, I'm glad.
I did read the reviews because I like to read reviews. And I must say that whatever critics have said about the film, of course, the critics are going to say all sorts of things.
No. So it was more, audiences really enjoyed it. Critics were always like, that's okay only, that's okay. I'm not saying we presented some cinematic masterpiece. It was meant to be an entertainer. It was an entertainer. But audiences' reviews, like especially like on social media and everywhere if you go, the response from people that have seen the film was actually what was really nice.
Whatever they had to say about screenplay, dialogue, left aside, but unanimously the critics really praised your performance.
Oh, thank you. Thank God.
No, I don't know
That's-
if you read reviews
I
or
do,
not.
I do.
Okay.
And even when I read reviews, I'm actually quite bad that way. Like, I'm a little selfish, so I'll see whatever they've said about the film. I'm not really so bothered usually. I go down to where my name is, and I go to see what have they said about my performance, and
I'll
that's what I
read
do.
one of them out to you.
Oh, what is
Says,
it?
amid all this, Alaya delivers a solid performance and turns out to be one of the most promising newcomers in recent times.
Yay!
Nice one. So you're versatile. You've gone from Jawani Janeman, which I have seen, and you did Freddie.
Freddie.
Before that, there was one more.
Jawani Janeman, Freddie, then Almost Pyaar, then U-Turn.
Almost Pyaar.
Yeah.
Then U-Turn.
Yeah.
Pretty versatile. Though Freddie was also like a psychological thriller.
That was
right?
that was a romantic thriller.
Yeah.
This was a supernatural thriller, U-Turn. So
Yes.
technically slightly different genre still, but yeah, similar.
But thriller.
Yeah, thriller nonetheless.
So are we going to see you in another thriller coming
No,
up?
no. Now I think I'll take a little break from thrillers. I actually want to diversify myself in a bunch of genres and then see which one I like the best. I still feel like even though technically my first film came out 3 years ago, 2 years of that went in the pandemic.
Right.
So actually I feel like, my career is just about still beginning.
How do you think your acting has evolved from your first film to this one? Do you feel it's evolved?
Can I tell you something funny actually? I think mine has gone a little differently than what most people's has gone. I feel like, so shooting wise, I shot Jawani Janeman first and then Almost Pyaar. After that I shot U-Turn. After that I shot Freddie.
Oh.
So shooting wise order was very different than my release wise order. My first two films I was acting straight from my heart. Now in those two films I picked up techniques of acting. So suddenly if I'm not actually feeling emotional, how do I technically make it seem like I'm feeling that feeling without actually feeling it? Because sometimes you're working long hours, long days, you can't always put your emotional 100% there. That was a dangerous thing because then for the next two movies I acted more with my brain and less of my heart. So other people still enjoyed the performances, reviews were good thankfully, but if you ask me, I like my performances in Jawani Janeman and Almost Pyaar better than my performances in U-Turn and Freddie. Now going forward, in my next few shoots, what I am actively trying to do is really just go back to acting from my heart with the techniques that I've learned, because technicality is also very, very important as an actor. But I miss that heart. Most people can't tell. It's more like something that I can tell.
You keep evolving,
Yeah.
right? I mean, do you still take acting coaching? And
Always. Yesterday I was at my acting class. Yesterday morning I was at my acting class. I trained abroad. I did filmmaking at NYU, dropped out of NYU and then did acting at New York Film Academy. After that I came back and trained for another 1.5 years before I even started auditioning for the projects. So I made sure I trained properly.
no, that's good. I
Yeah.
don't know how many people actually formally train, but I think that's so important, right? I mean, this is your
Very.
livelihood and you're entertaining millions of people.
Totally. I feel
very,
like
very important.
there are so many factors actually that you need to take care of before you actually go into becoming an actor. I focus a lot on the training aspect of it, but I didn't focus enough on the grooming aspect of it. Like now when I look
What
at
do you mean grooming?
I'll explain. Like now when I look at some of my videos or photos or anything from around the time when Jawani Janeman released, I remember thinking, my God, I look so messy. So many things, like little small things. You realize how to tame your baby hair, how to deep up your face, what style works on your body, what hairstyle works.
As long as you come with your craft, you hone your craft. I mean, as an audience, I think that's what's most important. So, how do you prepare for a role? Like in U-Turn, you played a journalist.
Yes.
How do you get into that role?
Honestly, I just read the script a billion times. And usually whatever you need, it's pretty much already there in the script. The only times I really do any other external preparation is like if a character needs a particular dialect or a particular way of being, which usually most of my characters haven't had that, except in Almost Pyaar. For 2 of the films that I've just shot, I needed to learn how to drive a car. So that's those things become like preparation because I never knew how to drive.
So, coming to this age-old debate in Bollywood, which is not going to die out anytime soon, this whole star kid nepotism debate. Now, without passing any judgment, do you feel like coming from the family you do, it's open doors for you?
It's not only, another great part about being asked this question. There are, of course, downsides that's like, oh my God, you always ask this question, but there is a good side to it as well. It really actually makes you reflect and think. From the first time I was ever asked this question, I've always maintained, of course, there is an advantage, of course, there's a privilege, of course, no doubt about that. Not even going to go into repeating, my stance on it. But I have realized that my specific nepotism, not talking about nepotism in general, saying my specific nepotism, it got me access to rooms, got me meetings with people. It never got me a film. It
Right.
got me into many rooms where people would of course be there, they'd be courteous, they'd sit down with me, have a chat with me, they'd watch my reel, they would give me nice words of encouragement, but they would never give me a film.
Right.
I had many meetings that I remember thinking, like, because you hear of other people getting films fast.
Yeah.
And then of course, a lot of my friends were people that were not from the industry. So a lot of actually my closer friends were people that were actually trying from the outside to make their way in. So I was seeing this duality constantly, and I sort of realized that of course I have a lot more privilege than my friends that are coming from the outside trying to get in. But I'm still somewhere not in the middle, but not there either. And I'm so glad in a way that it didn't work out for me that way. I'm so glad that I had to put in that extra work, feel that extra hunger, feel that extra moment of, because till today it's sort of in me. Like, if I feel anyone underestimating me somewhere, I'll be like, come, I'll do a test for you. Let's test, let's do this, let me show you, I go to a director, I'm like, what do I need to do to get this project? I want to get this project, you tell me what I need to do.
I really appreciate you've answered this question so honestly.
Thank you.
You acknowledge the access you've had.
Of course.
It opens doors, but it doesn't get you the role, right? There are some people who get a role straight away with the contacts they've had, but people will be polite to you, but that doesn't mean they'll give you a role. A lot of critics say online, and I'm not exaggerating, I've written it down actually, they've said, well, here's a star kid with actual talent, or someone who takes her craft seriously, has actually been to acting school.
It comes from great fear, honestly. If I have to be very honest about it, my hyper preparation, my need to always make sure everything is okay, it doesn't come. My drive somewhere to some level, at least it used to, now it's sort of eased out, it used to come from great fear. I never wanted to be an actor because I thought it was a very unstable profession. Then one day, I realized that I really do love acting, and against everything, then I finally said, okay, I will be an actor. But I said, how do I make it a sure shot? Like, how do I not make it a maybe, you never know if you're going to get a film, not get a film.
Yeah.
How do I make it planned? How do I not make it feel so vague and ambiguous and, all over the place? And I said, okay, fine. And I made a 5-year plan that included my training, that included my everything. And I realized, I was like, if I need to be able to last, I need to be good.
Of course.
And so, actually, because when I wanted to be an actor, when I decided, I could not speak Hindi properly, I had never acted in my life, could not dance to save my life, I was, 15 kgs heavier, I was, so, I wasn't even a big Bollywood buff, I just loved acting. It's not that I even loved Bollywood, if I have to be honest.
Right.
I just loved acting.
Okay.
Now I love this industry, and now I've figured out all these other things, but I had a lot to learn.
Priyanka Chopra came out and said that
Yes.
she could be the next big star. How did you feel about that? Did you expect her to say that?
No, in which universe? Who wakes up thinking
don't
this is what I'm going to see today?
Maybe your friends.
I would love to live in the kind of universe where I wake up expecting something like that. No, I did not expect it at all, but I was over the moon, beyond excited, surprised, shocked, everything all at once. Now I've been asked about it in so many interviews. I hope she doesn't get notifications every time I talk about it, because then she's going to be like, Arey, why did I say this one nice thing about her and I'm not hearing the end of it? It's just incredible. Just the other day I was at a party and someone came to me and they were like, oh, Alaya, they were like, do you know how I know you? So I was like, how? Like, Priyanka had made that comment about you, so फिर मैंने सोचा कि मैं जाके stalk कर लेती हूँ कि actually लड़की है कौन. So not my movies, not my interviews, not by anything. There are people that now know me just thanks to that.
Wow. So I want to ask you about your name change, right?
Yes.
You're Alaya
Yes.
Furniture Wala.
Yes.
Right? I get it that Furniture Wala is a long surname
Yes.
for screen. You made your name Alaya. I guess because there's already an Alaya in the industry.
Exactly.
The Kiara's also done that, right?
Exactly.
She was Alaya.
Correct.
But what? Is there room for just one Alaya?
No, I guess there's room for more people, but now if someone comes into the industry and their name is Shah Rukh, you're always by default, when that actor comes on screen, no matter how great they are, how different they are from, when that actor comes up, you're going to by default also think of the original SRK. It's going to always be that association.
Right.
So I just wanted to have my own identity, and I'm a big Alia Bhatt fan. So then even more so, you feel... So I was just very clear on the fact that it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to change my name. And I did, and luckily, see, Alia Bhatt is doing very well. Kiara, who was Alia, is doing very well. So there must be some good luck associated with the name Alia, the same way there is with the Kapoor and a Khan. So I'm very happy my name somewhere is Alia and just keep with it.
Alaya's nice. It's a nice name. Do you think you'll ever go back to Alia?
No, now for me now, funnily enough, it's like Alia was a different phase of my life. So it feels like a different person, and Alaya is now this phase of my life. Ever since I've become an actor, it's been Alaya.
So coming to your family, of course, your mom, I've met her a few times.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's vivacious. She's bold. She's a real trailblazer. Right in 1991, she did things that nobody else was doing. And almost some people say start some sort of sexual revolution. But whatever, she's a bold,
Of course.
wonderful lady, very positive energy.
Yeah.
So how much has she influenced you, and do you feel you're quite like her?
I mean, she's my mother, so I'm sure, I've been influenced by her in a lot of ways. Yeah, I mean, see, when we talk, our manner of talking is very, very similar. We both move our hands like this all the time, and, we talk a lot. We have a hard time summarizing things, If we have to tell a story, we have to tell it vistar mein, and with grand detail and grandeur and everything. So, in those senses, I'm a lot like her in terms of, personality in a lot of ways. Also, I'm like her, but actually, we're very, very different.
Okay.
There is no one that I argue with more and disagree with more than my mother. The two of us, if you see us together, we will just be debating or arguing about something or the other. It's become sort of a means of communication only now. So it's a very unique relationship that the two of us share, but it works for both of us.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Very.
Right?
Very. Actually, the proudest person in a room. Always.
Lovely. And what about your granddad, Kabir Bedi?
Yes.
Very acclaimed actor.
Of course.
What does he think of your performances? Do you ever discuss acting with him?
Yes, I do. He's also just very proud. It makes me feel really happy to be able to make people in my family that proud. After a movie, actually I think after my first movie, I think everyone was suddenly relieved. Before my first movie, no one really knew how I was going to act, what I was going to do. My first movie, after the screening, I think I sort of saw a collective sense of relief in all my friends and family. Okay, she can act. So now half our job is easier here. We don't have to fake things or have to have difficult conversations. So I think there was a collective sense of relief, I think, after my first screening of my first film.
And now your upcoming project with Raj Kumar Rao, Shri.
Yes.
Right? So when that's releasing in September.
It is releasing in September, I think.
So you're currently shooting for that? Can you tell us a bit
I'm
about
done
it?
shooting for that. We finished shoot quite recently actually. It's been an amazing experience. Raj is, beyond great at what he does. He's so prepared, so correct when it comes to his acting. He's just incredible. I have nothing more to say other than he's just incredible, and I can't wait for everyone to see the magic that he's created on screen. It's a true story. It's a biopic on this man Shrikant Bhola's life. He is a blind man, and it's his story of triumph.
Wow. And
Yeah.
what role do you play? Can you tell us? Or
And I play Shri's wife, Swati.
so coming to your other talents, you have many other talents. You sketch.
Yes.
You're an amazing dancer. I've seen your dance reels. They wow.
Thank
you
you.
also did Kathak dancing.
Yes.
And yoga.
Yes.
So let's start with your yoga. And I've seen your yoga poses too. I'm actually a government certified yoga instructor. So
Really?
Seeing your yoga poses, they're pretty impressive.
Thank
They're
you.
good, yes.
I mean, what I put on Instagram is what I like to call show off yoga. What I do in class is, of course, more,
Okay.
rooted, flowy.
Great. And dance? I mean, did you go to a dance school?
Dance, I remember 2 years into my training, I still couldn't dance.
Really?
And I had 3 dance teachers that had given up on me, in the sense, sweetly, politely, they'd given up on me. They said, we see you putting in all your work and effort, but, I really think that, we're not able to help you as much as, we would love to, but, maybe some other teacher might be able to help you better, Because they would see, I would go there, I would sit with them for hours and hours and hours, I'd be there on time, put in all my work, but it wouldn't happen. They'd all be like, energy dalo, grace dalo, style dalo. I'd be like, अगर डालना आता तो मैं डालती ना. It's not like I'm holding back purposefully. So this became a long drawn out battle, and eventually I was talking to my agent, Fiona, and I remember telling her that we have a problem. I hadn't told her till then. This is before I'd done any film, before anything. I was scared that if I tell her that I can't dance, that she'll drop me or something, you know. So one day I finally sat with her and I said, listen, I can't dance. She's like, what nonsense, I don't believe you. So I was like, no, actually. She's like, I bet you're going to show me some solid video of you dancing really well. So I showed her the video. And she looked at it and she was like, okay. She was like, we need to work on this. And then she said, just try one more, teacher. I said, just for the two of us, let's just try it once more. And if it doesn't happen after this once more, then we'll target films accordingly. I was like, okay. Then she put me on to this dance teacher called Dimple Kotecha, who changed my life forever.
Wow.
Finally, people that would say, style dalo, energy dalo, grace dalo, she showed me style kaise dalte hai, energy kaise dalte hai, grace kaise dalte hai, technically.
I've seen your dance reels and they're really impressive. I thought you were a professional dancer. I mean,
I struggled.
Like your grandmother was a professional dancer,
Yes.
Pratima Bedi.
She was exceptional.
She was.
Yeah.
Do you go to her dance school, Nityagram?
I've been to Nityagram a bunch of times, a few times over the many years. I haven't gone back now in some time, but I intend to.
So you are a Gen Z favorite on Instagram. I mean, where do you find the time to make content and trending content?
I don't find the time to make content. Suddenly I'm out of ideas, these days. Like, I don't even know what to do. I feel like I've exhausted everything. Earlier, I was like, okay, let's put fitness content. Now, jo bhi fitness content tha, I've put it out there. After that, I was like, okay, let's put beauty content. Whatever beauty content was, then I've put it out. So, like, suddenly I'm fully out of ideas. But I enjoy it. I think the main thing is just to enjoy it and not let it stress you out.
Can you give me 3 mantras for aspiring actors? 3 mantras for success.
Be bloody good at your job. Make sure you're good at what you do. So at least when you go there, when you're having successes or failures or whatever it is, you know that you have put in your 100%. You should never have that feeling of, I could have done this more, or I should have done this more. And be very honest with yourself. Don't bullshit yourself. Okay? Be very honest. Okay? Am I actually good enough? And if I'm not, what do I do to become better? Where you start is not where you're at.
Right.
There's always room to grow. First is be very, very good at your job. Secondly would be have a great support system around you. There are going to be lots of ups and lots of downs. So you really need, whether it's just a friend also that you know is there, whether it's family, whether it's just about anyone, make sure you have a support system there that's with you in your highs and lows, and that you're also there for in their highs and lows. I think that's always very important. Third is, you can only fail if you accept failure. If you just keep going, there's no way you can fail. You can't fail unless you stop. So just keep going. Keep at it.
Alright. So let's do this MCQ round. I'll ask you a question, give you 4 options.
Oh, fun.
So who's the most fun co-star so far? A. Saif Ali. B. Kartik Aryan. C. Ashim Gulati. D. Priyanshu Penyuli.
Jawani Janeman will always be my most special film. No matter what, no matter which film comes after that. So I will have to say Saif sir.
Okay,
A. Saif sir.
Okay. What would you be if not an actor? A. A dancer. B. An investment banker. C. A yoga instructor. Or D. A graphic artist.
I would actually be a businesswoman, but if I have to choose between these ones, maybe a graphic artist.
Pick any one actress you'd most want to act alongside with. A. Alaya Bhatt. B. Kiara Advani. C. Kriti Sanon. And D. Sanya Malhotra.
See, all of these are incredible actors, but Alaya Bhatt, 1000%. Like, when you said A, Alaya Bhatt, I was like, now if you had kept Priyanka Chopra also on that, then I would have had a hard time. I would have had to say both.
Okay.
But, yeah.
A. Alaya Bhatt.
I mean, all of them are phenomenal actors, but Alaya Bhatt, my favorite.
Okay. The director you most want to work with next. A. Zoya Akhtar. B. Imtiaz Ali. C. Sanjay Leela Bhansali. D. Anurag Kashyap.
See, now this one you made very hard. Now Anurag sir I've just worked with, and Anurag sir I know that if I ever want to work with him again, and if he has any project that I'm really find exciting, I can just be like, Anurag sir, please let me at least test for this, let me whatever, and he's always there. He's always there. My God, this is very hard. This is very hard. I don't think I'll be able to pick this. These are 3 of my dream directors right here. How am I supposed to pick one of my 3 dream
Okay,
directors?
close your eyes and point at one of them and we'll go with that.
Okay,
for the
okay.
answer.
I will. Oof.
Next. It just work with next. Doesn't mean that you don't want to work with the others. I'm just saying next.
Oh my god. Oh, I could not pick. I for the life of me could not pick.
Which of these contemporaries would you say is the most skilled actor? A. Ishan Khattar, B. Siddhant Chaturvedi, C. Sara Ali Khan, D. Janvi Kapoor.
Skilled.
Yes.
I mean, I think Janvi's really like, I feel like you can see her skill constantly up with every single movie that she's doing. I think, so if we're talking specifically about skill, you can see her honing her skill.
Okay.
So,
we'll go with
I
D.
guess I'll say, yeah.
D.
D.
Janvi Kapoor.
Janvi.
Okay, and the last one. Which of these classic Bollywood films would you have liked to act in or star in if you could turn back time? A. Mughal-e-Azam, B. Kagaz Ke Phool, C. Sholay, D. DDLJ.
Oh. I mean, I have to say DDLJ. Just like, just to be a film that's lasted for so. I wanted to say Mughal-e-Azam because my Kathak Guruji has made us watch it many, many times. But I will say DDLJ.
Alright,
Yeah.
DDLJ. Thank you so much, Alaya. It was so much fun
Thank
chatting
you.
with you.
You
And
too.
Wish you all the best for your upcoming film
Thank
and
you.
everything else. We look forward to seeing you in
Thank
that.
you so much.
Okay. It was great catching up with Alaya F in Cafe Arpan in Juhu, and we wish her all the best for her projects ahead. Keep watching Buzz by the Bay for more such inspiring and exciting interviews.